I write long books, which take years and decades, and during that time, I just need the satisfaction of writing something short that could come to completion right away, and so I began to write a haiku every day. And I began on the Lunar New Year, the year 4711. On the Gregorian calendar, that would be January 31st, 2014. So I'm going to read to you a selection of the haiku that I wrote in the last year and a half. And so listen for the changes in the season, and listen for the changes in the years. On the Chinese calendar, the New Year comes at springtime. It's the spring festival, and on the Western calendar, it's winter. So when we hear a haiku, we are brought alive into the present moment. Another way of getting into the present moment is to breathe consciously. And so what I want to do, when I was rehearsing this, I noticed that each of the haikus takes just one breath. And so I will breathe in, and then on the out breath, say the poem. And you could do it along with me, and it can be a gentle breath, because I think if we take deep breaths, we'll get dizzy. Winter birches, chandeliers, at every tip a gem of rain. Daffodils at attention, saluting me. At the public library, black bees high in the white wisteria. Veterans at their writing, bees in the ceanothus. Forget-me-nots from Marg's garden to my garden, as her memory goes. Crow Mother, you're home, bringing the babies a piece of paper. To the gods of drought, sacrifice basil and tomatoes. We of Berkeley, Borneo, will save the rivers and rainforests. I'm under the moon, Grandma, under the moon. You too, under the moon. Cloven hoof prints deep in the raised bed. Front feet, a deer, a city deer. Rachel Osprey has left. She flies alone the Caribbean, Brazil. I'm losing my hair, but find white strands in the nests the birds weave. Full red moon, mooncake with 100-year-old eggs, a poem in the box. In my front yard, I have a poetry box that's nailed to the birch tree, and the neighbors take poems, and they also put poems in there. Canadian geese call me awake, south, east, Lake Temescal, Lake Merritt. Dream by full moonlight. The white fig bends to soldiers in war unending. This 3-year-old boy has never before seen water fall from the sky. This morning's one frog released at Manoa Stream like a lump of mud. Late for sunrise meditation, full hot sunlight smacks me in the face. Whale belly, a roomful of man-made junk. Oh, the pain of Earth's dying. A cloud pen appeared in the sky, nib toward the sun, the handle toward me. Starting the new year, seeing old friends, entering winter and the dark. Learn to do one fun thing per day. Today, start growing oyster mushrooms. Bird feeder in back, poetry box in front. Who will stop to eat, to read? It rained 1/100th of an inch, wet the leaves and paper lanterns. There's a feral place in Hawaii where cats and chickens live in peace. Joe climbs his redwood and puts up a sign that shines into the night. Hope. That's about Joe Lamb, who is a poet and founder of the Borneo Project, which has stopped the mega dams in Borneo. Wherever you stand on the island, you can see the ocean. Climate change refugees. El Camino Real to the Chumash Highway, sunset through black oaks. 2 scrub jays bounding in the Philadelphias, raining white petals. Wait for the blue moon, 2 full moons this July. Plant twice. Rose brown doves with me all the day as I garden, even as I rise. 20 and more crows dive, hit, and scold the hawk, hunched atop a steeple. Open window to the summer day, spear of yucca a dance with bees. I follow the roadrunner walking down the road. We are not afraid. I wrote this next one in Japan at a music festival. In the land of haiku, Japanese reggae cannot hear one frog splash. I want to shout to the woman twittering, look up, blood moon eclipse. Season of white flies and honeydew, the phoebe darns and sows the air. I learned of a surrealist way of finding poetry, and that is to take somebody's words, any article, and pick out the poem in it. So I have a speech by the Dalai Lama, and I picked out 17 syllables. Millennium, century, year, day, night, sun, moon, stars remain the same. I am am learning Japanese now that I have a daughter-in-law who's Japanese. So here is a haiku by Basho. Furuiki ya kawaza tobikomu mizo no oto. Here's the translation by our own Bob Hass. The old pond, a frog jumps in, sound of water. Furuiki ya kawazu tobikomu mizu no oto. Solstice night, the night in hell, the wolf's belly, the night of the mothers. Rain, yet drought. Kindergartners on a field trip, a walk in their first rain. Get up before sunrise. Over Diamond Head, you'll see the Southern Cross. New moon over the eucalyptus, Capella wild near the hunter. White quince, pink quince, pop, and the red quince in time for the red fire monkey. Finch and chickadee abandon the garden the moment thistle's gone. To sketch the turbulent sea, draw the dark bottoms and three sides of waves. It's St. Patrick's Day. A little girl gave Earl a pinch and a clover. Augury. A sparrow stood on Bernie's lectern. Inauguration. It's raining. Snails are sliding their whole bodies along the green onions. 27 million trees dead, 1,100 fires, yet more drought. Look upward from bird shit, and there's the nest. Fuzzy black baby crows. Fourth grandfather, dragon and butterflies, and the toad sitting in your hand. Who has a birthday in January? I will give you my garnets. Presents to my Valentines. One frozen persimmon smartphone bidet. Valentines for me, heart-shaped cookies, See's candy, and a red beret. New moon, the smile of the Chester cat with Jupiter at its tail tip. First day without a coat, first poppy, first snow pea, first lilac, fig buds. The night moon gone missing. You'll find her, the white moon in the daytime sky. Spring, raining, snails climbing the hollyhocks, reading. The G's look like snails. Full moon rises through black clouds. Suddenly, dragon's eye opens and shut. I was reading Jaime D'Angelo, and I found a haiku in his prose. Grass and bamboo and eucalyptus, million sickle leaves gyrating. Land towhee singing madly in treetop. Hummer soars and dives. In love? The universe equals 3 parts space, 1 part time, sense and slow space-time. Great horned owl by night has snatched 2 osprey chicks. One remains. Mother fought. A fin on the ocean, then the whole long shark. No one sees it but me. At 4 a.m. on our suburban street, coyotes singing. Coyotes scat between quince and persimmon. We're his territory. Squirrels and jays and murders of crows knocking off the green persimmons. Basho, one frog in pond. Senge, 3 frogs in trees. Joseph, frogs everywhere. A being an inch tall ran from the lilies into the poppies. Didn't speak. Lightning in the sky, sheets, forks, horizons, overhead, no thunder. Summer, autumn, equinox, snow in the Sierras, the day dwindles down. Sparrows swallowing green berries, happy drunks in the pyrocanthus. So finally, I'm going to read an excerpt from my prose. It's from China Men, which has a story about my grandfather who helped build the railroad. Men build bridges and streets when there is already an amazing gold electric ring connecting every living being, as surely as if we held hands, flippers and paws, feelers and wings.